Deputy now. Deputy, who's Deputy? Okay. Right, Liv.
Thanks, Conn Carroll. I'd like to formally move our amendment to the motion on behalf of People for Props. So I'll just leave that there. Minister, I just want to get on to the positives first. And there is some positives with BusConnects, particularly around the orbital routes, the cycling infrastructure, dedicated bus lanes and transferable tickets and so forth. And I think Dublin Bus was once referred as the workhorse of public transport, and it certainly is. I think it's one of the only bus services probably in the world where you say thank you to the bus driver when they're getting on and off. So hopefully that stays with BusConnects. But one issue I want to raise, Minister, with the BusConnects, it's quite confusing and convoluted, and I think you would need a degree to actually work out what's which and what's what and where you're going, and it's quite confusing. But the main thing about public transport is it's convenient. NTA have says 92% of people will have a direct bus route into the city centre. So that leaves 8% of people not having a direct bus route. And I want to talk about that 8%, particularly in Dublin Midwest. Areas such as Newcastle and Rathcoole, which are kind of growing areas with a population, new housing and so forth, will lose their direct bus service into the city centre. Now, this was muted in 2010 under Network Direct by Dublin Bus, and greatly the people of Newcastle and Rathcoole through People Power won their direct bus into the city centre. It does not make sense if you're a commuter in Rathcoole or Newcastle to lose a direct bus service into the city centre. What is proposed is that the bus would stop in Lewis Saggart or Lewis Red Cow, and you would get on a Lewis. Now, that does not make sense to me whatsoever. If to save time, it doesn't. So obviously there is positive things with BusConnects, but it's highly convoluted. There's obviously a lot of opposition locally to people losing their bus service locally. So hopefully, I think there will be a consultation over the next 18 months, and we'll see what happens after that. Thanks.